What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Draymond and welcome to Thorium Gaming. We're back with another episode of Freezer to Fallout. Our journeys through the post-apocalyptic Boston wasteland. We've already seen the Institute off and dealt with them in general. And now we're trying to deal with the Mechanist threat. Last time I kind of got ahead of myself, upgraded a bunch of weapons, and ran out of parts to build a body for Jezzebel. So we went out and gathered up a bunch of resources, and a major upgrade for our combat rifle, which is pretty much our standard hardline weapon that we use, along with our Le Fusil Terrible. I'm probably mispronouncing that horribly. Our combat shotgun, and our special Gauss rifle, Tesla rifle, which is now a Tesla shotgun, and of course Kellogg's pistol that we're just keeping around because, hey, you always need a backup. Never hurts. So I came back down to the castle, dumped off a bunch of our gear and everything, and now we should be able to build a body for Jezzebel. So let's see how it works. New automatron? Yes, let's create a new one. Head? We will put on Jezebel's head, of course. That's what we're trying to do. Torso? We do have other torsos. Let's actually use a Robo-Brain torso because we picked up a few of them. I don't really want to armor her up too much because, well, she's Jezzebel. We do have a Robo-Brain left arm. Do we have a Robo-Brain right arm? No, we don't. We're one rubber short. So she's going to keep the Protector on right arm for now. Do we have... Oh, I guess she's going to stick with Protectron legs. And you know what? Let's paint her... I don't know. Let's go with bright pink paint. And we'll leave it at that.
Interesting. This body you've selected for me isn't quite what I had envisioned, but it will have to suffice.
Best we could do?
I'm sorry you feel that way. It's the best I can do.
Yes. Well, it's certainly better than being stuck to a machine surrounded by rust devils, poking and prodding me for their amusement. Look, it's obvious we don't care for each other's company, which suits me just fine. So, why don't you ask me everything you wanted to know, and then I'll be on my way.
Oh, we need to know where the Mechanist is.
Tell me everything you know about the Mechanist.
Now there's a fascinating subject. The Mechanist, amazingly adept at programming. A veritable genius with electronics. I'm not surprised you're interested. I've been dutifully carrying out the Mechanist's instructions to help the people of the Commonwealth for quite a long time.
Helping? But you robots were going around destroying everyone.
Helping the people of the Commonwealth? You?
Absolutely. It's my primary directive. The Mechanist instructed me to seek out and help the people of the Commonwealth. By my calculations, the easiest way to help a human is simply to destroy it. There's no point in prolonging a laughably fragile life. It's the most efficient way to assist them. Any other effort to help tends to result in numerous complex side effects.
Wait. That's a rather surprising leap in logic.
The Mechanist gave you these instructions? To kill people?
Well, not exactly. The specific instruction was to help people. I merely interpreted the most efficient way to perform my duties. Assisting a human to the best of my abilities only affords a 25% survival rate. That means there's a 75% chance that despite my efforts, the human I'm assisting will die from something beyond my control. Therefore, it's better to hasten the human's death and put them out of their likely chance of misery than to deplete my limited time. It's actually quite elementary. But given your minimal intellect, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised you don't understand.
Well, that's kind of harsh. I think we're going to fire back on her.
And you're going to be a brain pate if you don't tell me how to access the Mechanist's facility.
There's no need to be rude. It's rather simple, really. In order to gain entry to the Mechanist facility, you're going to need to outfit one of your robots with an MSAT modification. I'll upload the plans to your Pip-Boy device. There. I fulfilled my portion of our agreement. Perhaps I'll remain here for a while and see how things resolve between yourself and the Mechanist. Purely for my own amusement, of course. I suspect you'll have quite a tale to tell once you return. But then again, I'd be surprised if you ever return at all.
Alright, so we have to equip Ada with an MSAT.
Hey.
What can I do for you?
Hey, Ada.
I trust you've completed your business with Jezzebel. I hope she wasn't too difficult.
Well, the robot brains were misinterpreting their orders, which, not a good thing, not necessarily bad, just logic, and yeah, it gets a little muffled.
Is there a chance these robots could be misinterpreting orders?
Yes, I've considered the possibility. The contradictory nature of the Mechanist's broadcasts are troubling. But the truth is, regardless of intent, the Mechanist needs to be stopped. These robots are too much a threat. Were you able to discover how to gain access to the Mechanist?
We require an MSAT.
I need to outfit a robot with something called an MSAT. Jezzebel gave me the plans.
A custom modification that acts as a key to the Mechanist facility. Very smart. In fact, chances are high the MSAT may be required for multiple access points, like a robot identification card. As for my task, I was able to decrypt the signal with the final radar beacon. The source is coming from a Robco sales and service center, most likely a front for a larger operation. It's time to take the offensive. Have you formulated a plan?
We'll confront the Mechanist. I'd rather not kill them if they're honestly trying to do some good.
It's time to confront the Mechanist.
I hope you're allowed the opportunity. I too am curious as to what the Mechanist would have to say. Now, if you're ready, I believe you have an MSAT to install.
Alright, so let's go over here and go to Ada. We need one more thing of rubber. Figures. So, let's go find ourselves... I was about to say something that would get me in a little bit of trouble. Let's go find something that has rubber on it. And... try to turn that into an MSAT. So have we cleared the mess? Well, there's Hester's Consumer Robotics. That would probably have what we need in it. Variably, of course, there's a lot of other places out here that probably have something with rubber on them that we can use. So we'll do a little bit of scouting, see if we can find something that's got anything with rubber on it, and we'll go back and build that MSAT. I was kind of hoping that we would have been past the point where I need to bash myself in the head for being silly and not getting all of the parts we needed. Oh well, that's typical. Hopefully we won't have to travel too far from the castle to do this. I'm usually slightly more conservative with my resources when it comes to walking through the wasteland, but I kind of just went ham on the guns that we had. We're getting to the point where pretty much everything was outgunning us, and yeah, I was feeling a little underwhelmed. Or underwhelming, I should say. So we'll run around till we find something that'll give us some rubber. Ooh, that's a landmine. And Ada took the hit for that one. Sorry about that, Ada. I should be paying more attention to the ground. Being a little bit reckless this week. I don't know exactly what it is. Probably because, well, I've been playing a lot of other games, and, well, I wouldn't say a lot. I haven't really had the time. But the other job that I do, and of course I love working that job. Oh, there's that credit card salesman, we'll say. It requires you to be incredibly precise and incredibly safe. So I kind of make up for it by being reckless in games. Just a little bit anyway. So one of the things we did pick up over the last time that I did off camera is I grabbed the 308 receiver out of one of the other combat rifles that we picked up. So we're now rocking the heaviest receiver for the combat rifle that you can possibly get. And we have a ton of 308 rounds.
Did you hear that?
Now that is... Oh, please don't go off and kill me. That thing had an Assaultron's head, and they are generally not nice when they hit you. Most times it's a one-shot kill if you're lucky. Otherwise they leave you crippled and in considerable pain.
Engaging hostile target.
I would help you, Ada, if I could see it.
Got the last of them.
Alright, so with any luck, one of these things will have an item that's going to give us what we need here. There's a sentry right arm. If we want to build our own sentry bot, it'd be great. Enhanced targeting card. Mini nuke, Soltron, power relay coils. I'm not really seeing anything that's going to give us what we need. Unfortunate that we couldn't get to the settler before the robots did. Any of the settlers that you rescue from the Mechanist's robots, they can be persuaded to go to one of your settlements. It's a good way to build up your numbers quickly and generally push the population of all your settlements. That's Sentry Bot. A Sentry Bot that's seen us. Do have to be kind of careful with those EM rounds. Kind of running low. Since we swapped over to 308, we have a lot more rounds here to deal with. Some aluminum for us. It's a mannequin, not a person. Amazing that we're doing all this, and all we need to do is find one little scrap of rubber. But this is a gas station, so... You gotta be kidding me. Is that another sentry bot down there? Or is that a fire? No, it's a fire. Nothing in the ice cooler. Red Rocket truck stops are usually good for a fair amount of stuff. Plunger should give us rubber. I'm pretty sure anyway. That's not really what I wanted to do. It's a weapons workbench, but that's alright. Let's go into our junk menu and see what the plunger will give us. That's pretty much all we needed. But let's finish exploring this place, make sure we haven't left anything behind that could prove valuable to us. Potato crisps always psych me out, making me think that they're... Scratch that thought. I had to kill a super mutant. It's apparently got a mutant hound. It's at this point generally, I'll finish my thought on potato crisps in a minute, that you want to start picking up as much adhesive and aluminum as you can if you're playing a power armor playthrough. Because this is the point where it starts to become really important. We picked up a full suit of XO1 power armor on our last playthrough. Well, one before last. And that stuff is very, very, very heavy on the aluminum for repair costs. So if you have the ability to pick up any aluminum cans, anything like that, do so while you have the chance. Seems like a kind of a no-brainer, but you'll run into problems later on as you're starting to collect things. That was a pretty quick load time. I usually cut the load times out to make everything all smooth and pretty, and that you guys don't have to worry about it. Because if you can put up with my voice, I don't want to expose you to any more torture than normal. But regardless, we now have all the components we need to install that MSAT into Ada. And it should be easy enough to do. We're also going to drop off those frag mines. I think that's pretty much all we needed to drop off here. We'll drop off the mod parts that we have because we don't want to carry too much. But let's go into Ada's menu, special mods, radar beacon, MSAT. That's done. She's running an Assaultron head, Assaultron torso. She's running a Sentry right arm, which is weird. Do we have Assaultron legs? We do, I believe. Gives her a little bit more health, but reduces her carry weight overall. Given that we're going into a major combat environment, let's toss on some Assaultron legs. See what we can do there. It's a little bit more health overall. Maybe we should go back to Protectron legs. She had stock Ada armor on it, and she's armored up on those. So, better off that way. So we've installed the MSAT. Now, we have to access the Mechanist's lair. So, the Mechanist's lair is up over here, our Outpost Sales and Service Center. Now, East Boston Prep is right there, and there's an East Boston Police Station. So what I think we're going to do is travel to the prep school and hopefully not get ambushed. Alright, doesn't look like we got ambushed on the way. So we need to head south by southwest of where we are now. This could be dangerous. Very dangerous. I'm incredibly paranoid about what we're doing. I want to check out that police station just before we jump into the Mechanist Slayer. This might be a little bit of a longer episode, because I know the Mechanist Slayer takes a little bit to get through. But it's going to be well worth it in the end. It's always nice to check out the police stations. Not only do you get pieces towards a very particular storyline, that is if you're going with Nick Valentine, the Eddie Winter holotapes is what you're looking for. That's why you got to check out all the police stations. But occasionally they do have weapon vaults or other cool little things that haven't been looted or ransacked just yet. This one looks like it's pretty much a lost cause, though. The building itself got damaged. So, let's go find our way into the Mechanist's lair. I do want to get out of this water. One thing I hate about these sections of the city is tight environments, when you're not playing a power armor build, are very, very dangerous for you. If you're in power armor, you can just kind of laugh and walk your way through everything. Because, let's face it, you're in power armor. Even a super mutant with anything less than a rocket launcher or a mini nuke is not going to really do much to you. That's the Boston Airport right there. The Pridwin, the airport. That's the Brotherhood of Steel's stronghold. Alright, so this is it. We've tracked everything to this building. Alright, so we're going to drop down. We should just pick up the Protectron arms and everything. Great. Free parts. So we'll hack in here. Using head 1. Range head 0. Paint head 1. Alright, so now we gotta look for all the little code segments that will unlock additional tries and everything else. If you guys are all out in the market for an early access game, Chaplain Grimaldus did tell me about this one called RimWorld. And while I am usually against early access, I went in and checked out the way they've been supporting it, the way the developers have been listening to their fan base, pretty much everything along those lines. And I finally broke down and bought it. It's a weird kind of management strategy game. I'm going to have to exit out of here and try again. But if you're into the whole management genre, I guess is the way you could put it.
Got it.
Ooh, there's a safe around here somewhere. Then maybe look at RimWorld as something to do. Because, again, Chaplain recommended it. I'm very, very hesitant on anything that's in early access, and this is because I have a very, very good reason. A lot of those titles get either abandoned or they misuse their fan base. That's a laser tripwire. Must be getting close. But RimWorld seems to be on the up and up. And, well, I haven't gotten too far into it yet. It has been enjoyable. So, I'm saying there's potential there. Especially if you're into the management genre. I don't know if that's the right way to put it. But, it definitely does fulfill that ideal, that role, whatever you want to call it. And I've been having fun with it so far. But I'll let you guys know as I go along, because I usually do. You can always check us out on Facebook, or any other place where we post stuff. Twitch, Twitter, all that sort of stuff when we post things. And,
Scan this.
you get to see my opinion on some of the games that I'm playing. RimWorld's definitely different. And again, I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to do for the BattleTech series. Because, well, that game is just... I want to say it's addicting, but that's like saying certain illicit substances are mildly addicting. That game is just straight up hardlined to my veins, because BattleTech is BattleTech. I've been waiting ages for a game in this series. And, well, I want to make a series out of it, so we'll probably see. Still have a lot to do with Freezer to Fallout. We've got 2 full expansions, or DLCs, depending on how you want to look at them, to go in this. And we still got a lot to do in Total War. Yeah, the Light of the Azure has not been brought back to the old world just yet. Regardless, we will be doing something with BattleTech because, well, it's awesome. Because, let's face it, huge, massive robots fighting one another. That just screams awesome. In the most literal sense. So we saw that hallway was filled with tripwires, and there's gotta be a better way. So we found this little side panel. I'm guessing those are just warnings.
Won't be able to hack this.
Well, we can't hack that there. So I guess we'll go with the other form of hack. Pick the lock. Of course, I always fail at lockpicking. Why? Because it's not a knife and a pin in Skyrim. Far better in Skyrim than I am here. Okay, so that was a fair number of scrap bots. There's a Sultron head for us. We're going to be picking up a lot of robot parts as we go through here. And we're probably going to be dumping them all into poor little Ada's inventory.
Heads up.
That's what we brought you for, Ada. You're a valuable companion, a great person to hang around with. You're here to carry junk. Lots and lots and lots of junk.
How may I be of service?
But yeah, if you guys have any ideas of how you want to see the Battletech system or anything like that play out, do let me know, and we will work on it.
Over here.
I'd love to involve you guys as much as humanly possible. And unfortunately in the Battletech series I can't create more than one custom pilot right now. They've said that they might be bringing it back at a future time. It was originally part of the game, but they had to cut it out for time reasons, I think was the explanation they gave. And you know what? Fair enough. The game itself is worth the time without being able to create your own pilots. And you can build a rapport with the pilots that you get. And each one does come with a unique and interesting enough backstory that they don't suck overall. Oops. So I'm okay with them rolling back that feature to a later time to accommodate what they have to do. Okay, I'm not even seeing that to hit it.
We may have some trouble.
I would rather save the Gauss rounds if we can avoid using them, but sometimes you just can't. So we did level up, and we're going to take advantage of that right now. So our charisma is not maxed out yet. Lady Killer is, however. But we can get us inspirational next level. Yeah, I think it's probably worth it to drop a point into our charisma right now. I mean, our intelligence is already maxed. We've been working on a lot of other things. Let's drop another point into charisma. Bring us up to a nice healthy 8, and we'll see where it goes from there. Gotta love it when they get trapped in floors. That happens sometimes. Alright, let's try and get back up here. In case they try to come down. We are in combat right now. We know there's at least one integrated scrap bot and an Assaultron over there with its head laser of doom.
Don't worry, value. Resistance is futile.
Okay, Ada, you're not the Borg. Please stop saying that. You're creeping me out a little bit here. Oh, that was close. That was the Assaultron beam I was talking about. Managed to dodge out of the bulk of it. But it did give us a couple of EM charges, so I can be okay with that. And these junk bots were registering as online. Oh, I love it when it comes down to this sort of thing. I am so terrible at these things. I'll definitely deactivate the turrets. we do with the Protectrons? No, we don't want to activate them.
Forget people need to use the keyboard to access a terminal.
Because if we activate them, they're probably going to try and kill us. It's just how things in here are going to work out, I guess. That would be a Nuka-Cola Quantum. I have no idea where that robot that's currently assaulting us is. I only need those right now. They're just steel in general. So I'm guessing we have to go up and around. Ooh, Mr. Handy Model. We're taking that. We're going to throw it somewhere in a microscope. Of course, now we have to go over to Ada. Oh, there's another Nuka Quantum. So Ada, we're going to give you the rest of our junk for right here.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to be doing that a lot because I brought along a lot of healing items and buff items to make sure that we don't get completely destroyed.
Let's take them out.
Because we are invading someone's home base. So I'm guessing that at the end of the day we're going to be fighting an uphill battle here. Ooh, a Day Tripper. It's another chem in the game that's fairly useful. Let's just check down here real quick. Sure we're not missing anything. It's always worth doing a little bit of extra exploring while you're running around. Oil cans are useful. It's kind of odd that we can target those. They're giving us experience. Wonder why they're giving us experience. Granted, it's very little, but I'd rather not have these things dropping down on my head later if we can avoid it. And that one dropped down and activated.
I've lost sight of my target.
So maybe it is worth it just sniping these guys while we have a chance. Just in case someone wants to drop them on us later, especially those explosive barrels. Should be all of them. Unless that one's just continuously pumping out explosive barrels. That's the way we came from. So I'm guessing we're going to go down these stairs now. Since we shot down so many of those robots, it shouldn't be an issue through here, hopefully. If that was... Oh! That's not bad. We now have a spare 44 caliber weapon. That, however, does not look good. I have to remember that we have a majorly powerful weapon up our sleeve. So we don't have to worry about that kind of stuff as much. That was a tank bot, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Armor workbench there. Frag grenades and mines do not hurt in the slightest. Apparently the whole choice there was to go in there to open that drawbridge. Lower? Raise? I don't know. Oh, this is where... Yeah, we were inside there earlier. And that made things easy. Hopefully Ada can get up here without, you know, too much problems. So I'm not waiting around for her right now. Unless we have to. In which case... That wouldn't be good. And it looks like we have to. So hopefully she did her whole AI companion, I'm going to be awesome thing and just jump up to us. That would be great.
Open this.
Just like that, Ada. That's a good robot.
Open this.
So while we're waiting for these doors, let's just go into our aid. I'm getting one of those feelings again. Drop some right away, drink some water. That doesn't look like a trap at all. At all.
Scan this.
So when we get down there a little bit more, we're probably going to get shot at a lot, but we have some stuff ready to deal with everything that's going to come at us. A bunch of parts and chems. Not interested in hearing from a floating iBot. I hate those head lasers, man. Hate them! And I just kind of shot off Ada's arm. That wasn't intended. That's generally the idea, Ada, but it means most of it is coming over to you. Why? Because you're a valuable pack mule. I mean, companion. Companion. That's what I meant to say. Tons of nifty stuff that we've found in here. Whoa. Ooh. That was slightly terrifying. Hate it when those things do that. Anytime I see water in a facility like this, I just assume that it's... That was 4 fusion cores. Holy crap. Well, if you're using a Gatling laser or power armor, definitely want to do this. Yeah, I totally don't trust any robot in this place. At all. So if I see it, and it's not blown up, we're going to make it blown up. And wow, it did not take long for us to go back overweight. There's going to be a lot of this time, I think. Did we pick up a weapon that's causing this? Was it armor? There you go, that's going to make us slightly lighter. Don't know why we still had a Brotherhood of Steel set of armor on us, but okay. Power armor station if you're coming through this way. It's not the button I meant to hit, but okay. Try and save some of our 308 ammo for now. Considering these guys are giving us shotgun shells anyway, we might as well use a shotgun. Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Something's gonna come out of nowhere and just try and kill me. Alright, because this entire place is designed to come out of nowhere and try and kill you. We are suffering a little bit of radiation right now, but I'm okay with that for the moment. It's not too many rads. We can deal with it. Just make sure we don't pass by anything that's too good while we're trying to keep a low profile. Like a locked ammo box.
That's it.
Well, shotgun shells don't hurt. Well, they do, but not when we have the shells. They don't hurt us. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, Ada, do you want to get on this crazy thing? Please get on this crazy thing so I don't have to wait for you. There we go. I'm getting Terminator Rise of the Machine vibes here. And remember, you're not paranoid if they really are out to get you. At least that's what I keep telling myself. What, no music? You know that corny elevator music? Take the Mr. Handy Fuel. There's a red dress in there.
Use this.
Yeah, definitely not getting a good feeling about this. I know what's down there. And it's not going to be too much fun. Well, it's going to be tons of fun. But not too much fun to... Well, I don't know where I'm going with this. I have no idea. I just say things and then things happen. Must kind of suck to be one of the Mechanist's robots, though. Gotta go through all of this stuff if you have to go from point A to point B inside your own office? I'm gonna go with office. Picked up a ton of valuable goodies, though. There's a Psycho buff there. Orange Mentats, that never hurts. Another Mr. Gutsy model. Terminal's active, but... Right. Research labs and a holding block. does not inspire confidence. Okay, so apparently that ghoul is dead. If you do really want to get creeped out into the whole US robotics stuff in the Fallout series, read every terminal in this place. You'll wonder how humanity, well, if humanity survived the apocalypse.
Got it.
Nothing humane about this place. Good place to get some experience for lockpicking if you're at advanced or higher. That is a pretty high up toilet. We might actually have to split the Mechanist's lair into a two-parter. Because there's still a lot left to go, and we're pushing the time on the video. Just double check underneath there, make sure we're not missing anything. If we do end up doing that, though, wouldn't be too bad. I trust nothing about this facility. That's why I keep shooting everything. If you guys haven't gathered, though, Robo-Brain is kind of an accurate term. If you noted Jezzebel, there's an actual human's brain inside of that entire setup. If we look here, yeah, human brain. Robo-Brain makes a little bit more sense now. But where they got those brains from? That makes you wonder who's the real monster. Of course, gamers for the longest time have always known that the real monster is man. Sometimes our species kind of worries me. Because you know, if you give someone the power to do this kind of stuff, they're gonna do this kind of stuff. Which is why we should never let people have the power to do this kind of stuff. Every little bit of experience does help. That's why I'm kind of cracking through all of these cell doors, safe doors. If they were safe doors, I'd be in a lot better position when I opened them. And yes, I'm checking the wash basin and the toilet. Why? Because gaming has taught me to always look in the toilet. I'm not proud of that fact. Where game designers do it just to pull a fast one on gamers, because they know you put something in there often enough and someone is bound to go and check them all. In other words, I'm a case study. don't remember what the study was called, but it was the monkey with the grape and lettuce leaves. Essentially, the whole premise of it was that you'd push a button, they'd get a lettuce leaf. It's one of their favorite snacks. However, one time, they're given a grape. Monkeys apparently really enjoy grapes. Which, I can't blame them. Grapes are awesome. I know a couple of my friends, ironically, I don't want to really say it this way, but female friends love to say that they love grapes too, just when they're in liquid form, after they've fermented a little bit. So, anyway, the whole point of the experiment was, this monkey would do the same thing over and over, and get a lettuce leaf. And then, it would do the exact same thing, and all of a sudden a grape pops out. Well, the monkey loved that. Absolutely loved it. But the next time it hit the button, a lettuce leaf popped out, and it lost its mind. Something about taught behavior and inherent rewards. The experiment was just cool to think about. Entitlement and that sort of stuff. But it's right down to the nature of most animals. If you keep doing the same effect and someone else gets better reward, you kind of get angry. Most gamers know the experiment, given that it's been used as a case analysis, I want to say. I don't know if that's the right phrase, for some of the other things that have happened in the world. Well, when gaming content comes out, patches, nerfs, buffs, that sort of stuff. Would you move? Thank you. So if you really want the full story of this place, come up here. This terminal here, right here, will show you how monstrous these people actually are. And there's a Protectron model right there too. My first time through, I got lost here pretty easily. I ran around forever trying to find my way through this little section. There's a stealth boy there. Thought that door, all that sort of stuff. It's actually back down here. But, given that we're still a fair ways away from the end of the Mechanist's lair, and we still have a lot to do in here, that's where we're going to leave it off. A little bit of a cliffhanger. Have something set up for next week for part 2 of the Mechanist's lair. Dun dun dun! So if you liked the video, guys, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, be part of our community, just hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video comes out. Remember, guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.